woman's body, woman's choice. I think that like a law. All right. For example, there was a.
Can I quickly throw with you
Listen,
something?
for 2 seconds. There was a woman there,
No, what you
okay, that literally
Actually, throw something.
became very ill because she was pregnant with a baby, and she asked for an abortion in this country, and she was refused it. And
It was the immigrant.
She died.
and the baby died.
Right.
Okay, and I think that's a very important issue. I think doctors should not have the control of a human being's body. They're only there to basically give. They have a duty of care towards the patient, like.
Which
civil-
patient? Because
Which patient? It doesn't matter which patient.
in the case of like
That's
a mother
their
and a,
job.
in
They
the case
should-
of like a mother and a
I need to
baby,
throw
what
with
would?
you something here.
What I'm trying to say is, right, I don't think any other human being should have the right to tell you how you should treat your own body. Okay?
I
Only-
agree with
Only
that. Yeah.
God can tell you that.
But
or a
what
really
would you
strong
say?
mother figure.
Well,
if
yeah.
I'm
What would
being
you say
honest,
to the
yeah.
argument? Because I agree with you,
Well, you're
100%.
right,
That everyone, absolutely, yeah. But somebody
Well,
has the
you're
right to
right,
their
the black
own
person,
body. No one can tell me what to do. I should be able to
Yeah,
cut my
if you
arm
want
off.
to die,
Yeah,
if you want to
I should be able
die,
to
you
cut
should
my own
be
arm
allowed to
off.
die. So for example,
Hold
there's
on,
guys with
affiliate. Say this.
like paralysis and shit like that, and they cannot
know the
function.
one-
They have
you
no
know the-
life. They're
Affiliate.
solely
no,
dependent
not repeatedly.
on care
a
and
woman's place is in the
family
house.
and a support unit.
Right.
And without that,
no,
they're
there's
completely
actually a
and
referendum
utterly
coming up next year, 'cause
isolated
it's in
as
the
a human being. They're
Constitution.
no longer a human being, but they're
actually
relying
taken
on
out.
somebody
No,
else
I
to do
put the
normal
affiliate one
daily
out, got me
functions.
thinking
If you're a normal
Affiliate.
human being, you could do normal daily functions on an
What's
everyday manner. You get me?
Yeah.
So
It's our right to decide.
if you're basically incapacitated within your own body, but your soul and your mind are correct, I think you should be able to make a conscious decision to sign over your life if you choose
Because
so.
you believe in bodily autonomy.
Exactly.
So
right.
what about what did you say to the person that says, I believe in bodily autonomy too, and that's why I'm against abortion? Because there's another body
Anybody should be
that's
able
no
to
longer
do it.
autonomous, it's being killed.
Okay, right. I understand your argument, right? But what I'm trying to say is, right, it depends on the context. It depends on the situation.
Yeah.
For example, right, if a woman, like as you see over in India and everything else, it's quite common to be multiply raped by multiple men.
Right.
Okay, and being severely damaged and traumatized through this event.
Yeah.
Okay, now it happens here in a supposed civilized Western society, but it fucking does happen here. Excuse my language,
No,
but
it's
it does, right? So if a woman
I would have never.
in her own body, her own mind, and her own soul says fucking no, and some predator decides to be an opportunist and still take that from her when she says no,
Yeah.
and ends up pregnant.
I think he deserves
And
to die.
he does deserve to die. No,
Yeah.
not to die. No human being deserves to die, no matter what sort of circumstance it is. But he deserves a certain punishment.
Say it again.
No human being deserves to die.
What about the baby in the womb?
But that's a difficult one. That is a difficult one. But at the end of the day, do you expect the mother there to sit there and look at?
But you said that no human being deserves to die under
I
any
know,
circumstance.
I know. It is.
See?
Amend the 8 is.
Can I say
but
something
there should
on
be
that?
a serious
You know what's-
debate about it.
No,
though.
here's what's
and there's
amazing.
no debate
This is
about
a
it.
good
People
discussion.
are just conflicting all the time
So
about this issue.
I think Ireland and Irish people have been like a beacon of light to the world, whether it's from here or
for equality standards,
or when
yeah.
you came to the United States, you guys brought the biblical worldview
Politics,
of
everything,
the image
yeah.
of God and value and
course,
human
yeah.
dignity, and now it looks like Ireland is letting go of that.
No, we're failing.
No, I mean in the sense of the unborn child. You guys were a light to the world, and now everybody's saying no longer human dignity. Now we can say that this human being is worthy of death because we just choose to.
But we already do that.
Don't you think?
Look at the states in America that like
We're
how many
depraved.
people
We're depraved.
towards execution.
We're
without
depraved.
even without appeal.
Well,
I know
actually-
most of them.
You know what's
A
crazy?
vast majority do sort of.
You know what's
like,
crazy is the Irish people, man. You guys, when Irish people came to the United States and started establishing a nation, which is really we're descendants of like Europe, Ireland. So
Of
that's
course
all we
we're a
are.
mix. And
That's all we
why
are.
I think
The US is.
racism is foolish. It's
You
pointless.
guys brought over standards of justice and biblical law and value and dignity. And now we've abandoned that in the U.S. Now we're like, we have a perverse justice system.
I think your foreign policy is absolutely ridiculous.
It's horrid.
It's ridiculous.
It's wicked. It's completely
like,
wicked.
like, I don't know, right.
Let me ask you a
Don't pull any
before you
punches.
jump in there,
You're not going to make me feel bad about it. We're wicked.
Before you jump in there.
Our foreign policy is wicked.
Look, the way I think everybody should be, I think every country should be a neutral country, but unfortunately the world is not like that.
Yeah.
Right? It's not.
Right.
Like there's always going to be imperialism. There's always going to be that stronger military might. There's always going to be that superpower.
Right.
You understand me?
Yeah.
So we're going to have to bow to the elite in the world. But what the normal common people need to realize is these people aren't in power. We don't need these people. We genuinely fucking don't. We don't. You know what I mean?
I believe in self-government, yes, I agree with you.
If we stick as a community sort of governance, if we hold these people into account for their actions,
yes.
Why are we paying politicians ridiculous amounts of money to rule our country and supposedly speak on our behalf when they never fucking do?
The community should rule
And
themselves.
as well as that, you're getting frontline services like army, police services, ambulance services, nurses, doctors, all down the chain,
Right.
getting less paid than the likes of these vermin, tugs and ties I call them, because that's exactly what
Can I
they
ask you a
are.
question?
Tugs and ties.
Can I ask you a-
Tugs and ties.
Can I ask you a question?
They are the real gangster, man.
Yes.
They are the real gangster.
Why do you think it's crazy that Ireland, you guys are so against child abuse, but you want abortion at the same time?
No, we don't want abortion. So take that out of the script.
So you don't?
What? No, I don't.
Okay.
We want choice.
For
That's
what?
what we want. We want choice for a human being to be able to make a conscious decision on their own behalf. We don't need no governance or any sort of authority figure to be able to tell us what to do in our own country, with our own body, with our own soul.
So you believe in bodily autonomy?
Exactly.
Except for the baby.
Not. Look, we live in a day and age there that look at nature. The strong survive, the weak perish. It's an awful thing, but when you see it happen, it's the course of nature. But unfortunately, that's how nature evolves.
But isn't that what
But I
separates you
think-
and I from the animals?
It is, but I think as a human race and a human species, we also have to evolve in that regard.
Okay, you gotta help me. You mean in terms of being able to kill our own children?
No, in regards to being able to make a conscious decision on our own body and being able to live with the fact that we made that decision. That's what I mean. Human beings never learn from the past mistakes. Like, look at all the world wars that are happening. Look at all the massacres, everything, man. You know what I mean? Like, the
We
atrocities
kill each
all
other.
over the world.
We kill innocent
And
people.
we're the ones destroying our own fucking planet, slowly but surely.
You know what? Can I say something real fast?
Yeah.
I like you a lot. You have this deeply set desire of justice and human value and dignity, and that's part of what your culture gave to you, right? But I think
No, not culture, but family.
right, and that's what I mean. That's what the family built it. So, but here's where I think you mentioned the elites, the tugs and ties that are like trying to rule stuff. I don't mean this as an offensive thing. Just think about it. It sounds like you've been influenced by those tugs and ties in their argument for abortion. Because there's an inconsistency. You got
But
a
look,
deep desire
as
for
a
justice.
man, to a certain level, I don't really have an argument when it comes to abortion, if you get me.
Because you know.
Do you understand me? It's
Yeah.
not my decision. It's like,
That's why you
don't
should
get me
stop
wrong.
fighting for the repeal of the age.
No, I'm not fighting for nothing. I'm
Okay, good.
fighting for choice. I'm fighting for speech. I'm fighting for freedom of expression.
I'm with you.
Freedom of, you know what I mean? Freedom of speech.
Yeah.
Because that's what all the democracies now at the moment are trying to do. They're trying to quell it. They're trying to smother it. They're trying to stamp that fucker out.
Right.
You get me?
Right.
You know,
So you
and
got to resist that.
that's what I'm only fighting for.
So,
I'm not fighting for anything else.
I think you should disconnect that because that's noble. I think you should disconnect that from the other part.
I'm trying to fight for people that don't have a voice.
That's good.
That's what I'm trying
That's
to
good.
fight for.
That's good.
I think
Like the
How-
unborn babies?
rights to housing should be number one right now, especially in this country.
You would be a giant in Ireland, my friend. You'd be a giant in Ireland to fight for justice. You're articulate. you're good at what you're doing, you care about justice and human value and dignity.
I just care about life.
I know.
See, in America at the moment,
except for the unborn child.
No. I think all life matters, even if it exists or it doesn't exist.
How about in the womb?
It's still the universe. Do you understand?
You will be one of the greatest warriors for justice, true justice, in Ireland, if you would stay consistent with everything you're saying.
I'm trying though, but like, look at the environment we're in.
Yeah.
Like, do you understand me? There's
Yeah.
so many different opinions. There's so, like, think about it.
But
Through all
yours
the
is right.
centuries,
Your fundamental part is
through
right.
all the centuries,
Yeah.
Ireland has been politically and institutionally divided from the start.
Right.
Right, you know what I mean?
Right.
And to a sense, I don't like finger pointing or whatever, but like to a certain level, it's the sort of British foreign policy.
Yeah.
If you don't divide, you conquer.
Yeah.
You understand?
Right,
That
right.
sort of way. So if you don't get into the mentality of the population, you're not going to have that sense of control. You're not going to have that puppet mentality.
Yeah.
You understand me?
Yeah.
So that's where I'm coming from.
All
All right,
ready?
that's a wrap for me because I'm fucked right
Thank
now.
you.
I am.